Hi, my name is Claire White. When I work with people on whole health, one of the areas that I like to focus on is cognitive or mental health. Now, when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about our thoughts and the way that our thoughts can impact the way that we function in life and feel and behave. So this exercise is a really simple and strategic way that we can just stop and examine the thoughts that are in our heads. I encourage people to stop and think about all the different thoughts that are in their heads and classify them according to their stress level. Now, some thoughts might be kind of neutral. I would consider those to be low stress thoughts. They're not stressful. They might not be particularly positive or pleasant, but they're not causing you any additional anxiety or disappointment or anger. So those I would put in the low stress column, which I color code green. As that stress level rises or our thoughts become more stressful, they become a little bit more yellow and maybe even tipping into the orange. And so those go into the rising stress thoughts category. And then lastly, we have our red thoughts. Now, red thoughts are high stress thoughts. They're thoughts that contribute to us feeling emotionally heightened, or they're thoughts that we have that are unpleasant and uncomfortable because we're in an emotionally heightened space. There is a definite connection between our thoughts, our behaviors, and our feelings. And this is one of those areas where that becomes very, very clear. What I do with kids is picture an actual image of a head, and it's full of all these thought bubbles. And the thought bubbles initially are black and white. And I encourage kids to fill in the thought bubbles with all the different thoughts that are in their head in a given moment. Now, if a thought that comes to their mind is a low stress thought, then I have them either draw that in green or color the bubble in green and write the thought in the bubble. And then we do the same with all of the thoughts and we color code them. With adults, I have a table. It's a little less fun, a little more mature, but it's the same idea, the same premise. We categorize our thoughts according to their stress level, and I do still color code them. But what we end up with in the end is a visual representation of all of the thoughts that are in our head in any given moment. What we can start to realize is, first of all, there are thoughts in our heads. Whether we are aware of them or not, they are impacting the way that we're behaving, the way we're interacting with other people, the way that we're feeling in any moment. So it's really, really important for us to know what those are, to identify what those thoughts are. So there are particular strategies, there are activities, there are things that we can do to increase the number of green thoughts, to refocus our thoughts to healthy, less stressful thoughts if we're tending to focus in that red column. There are things that we can do to actually confront or to try to manage or decrease the number of red thoughts that are in our mind at any given moment. There are a lot of things that we can do with these thoughts, and that's all content for other videos. But this is one way that you can just begin to become aware of the thoughts that are in your head, recognize the stress level of the thoughts that you're carrying around. If you're interested in exploring this further, either figuring out how to change the balance in the stressfulness of your thoughts or to shift your focus from the stressful thoughts to the non-stressful thoughts, check out some of the other resources that I have available either on the YouTube channel or through my website, or reach out to me directly anytime. You can do that through my website. It's clairegoodmanwhite.com.